Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Logan coming at you from Hunting Pros, and welcome back to another video. Now, if you're anything like me and you wear waders frequently, either hunting or fishing, chances are at some point throughout the years, you've either put a rip hole or tear in your waders. Now, a couple weeks ago, I was out with my buddy Charles. I was walking through some sedge grass while we were out duck hunting. I heard that rip noise and I knew exactly what happened. I looked down and there was a stick jammed right in the side of my waders. Unfortunately, right above the boot line, so for the rest of the hunt, my feet were getting wet. So anyway, throughout the years, I've tried many different things to seal waders. You can name anything, and I've tried it. The only thing I haven't tried is Aquaseal FD. And I have quite a few friends of mine that fish and that hunt that have used this product, and they say it's one of the best products to use. So today I'm going to be using Aquaseal FD to repair my waders. I'm going to walk you through the process that I use, and then I'll let you know a couple days later how they hold up. Well, alright guys, I'm all set up in my garage. As you can see, I put a piece of plywood underneath the waders just to avoid getting a mess everywhere. For this, you're going to want a pair of gloves. You're going to need a cheap paintbrush and some sort of bag. I just grabbed a freezer bag. I'll explain that in a minute. And something to note, I also cleaned around the tear before doing this. And I also put tape on the inside of the waders underneath the hole just to avoid any of the Aquaseal from going inside the boot. As you can see right here, just as I move around, this is the tear. It didn't actually go the whole way through, but it definitely fills my boot really fast. It's just a very fine layer of neoprene underneath. So anyway, I'll get right to it. So for a tear like this, with there being some neoprene left underneath, I'm actually going to fill the hole with the Aquaseal. I'm going to push it down, and then I'm going to apply Aquaseal around it. If this was more of a rip or a little pinhole, I would just put Aquaseal on the outside. Like, there'd be nothing to put underneath of it. So what I'm going to do, I've already opened this, so I just poked a hole in it with a pencil. I'm going to put a decent dollop underneath, like that. I'm just going to work it in with my glove a bit. I might actually put a little bit more. And then I'm just going to press that down on it. Now with that pressed down in place, I'm going to apply some Aquaseal on top. A pretty liberal amount like that. Make sure to put the cap right back on because this stuff has a habit of it keeps oozing out of the container. And with this paintbrush, I think I only paid $1 for this at the dollar store. I'm just going to brush it around a little bit. And try your hardest to keep that pushed down still. I kind of brushed against it at the beginning there, but you want to, if you got a lifted piece like that, like a tear, you'll want to brush kind of with it rather than lift it over and over again. And you can apply a couple different layers. I've actually seen guys online, after it dries, they'll put like a second and a third layer on. I don't know if I'm going to bother doing that. I'll have to see how this holds up. But this stuff is pretty gooey, so I have a feeling it's gonna be pretty good. I might actually just go down over the boot a little bit there. Now with any type of stuff like this, it doesn't exactly look the greatest, but at least this is see-through. Some of the silicone-based stuff I've used in the past has been like white or different colors. At least this kind of shows the color of what the waders look like underneath the clearness. So now that the product's been applied, let's talk about how long it'll take to dry. I kind of sound like Dr. Seuss over here, but anyway. I've consulted my friends and I've looked online, and I've heard everything between 8 and 14 hours. Just to kind of venture to the side of caution, I'm going to give it 24 hours. I don't need to use these waders tomorrow by any stretch. At best, I'll be hunting maybe at the end of the week, so I have a couple days to kill. I'm going to give it 24 hours just because the amount I put on there. I put some underneath of that neoprene flap, and I also put a pretty liberal amount on top. So I'm just going to give it 24 hours and we'll come back then and see what happens. So something really quick to note, the reason why I said to grab a bag in the list of supplies was to put the extra Aquaseal in. So this was an 8-ounce tube. I didn't even use a fraction of that really. There's many future uses out of this tube. So put it in a bag, and it's recommended actually to keep it in your freezer. Well, sorry for the poor lighting, guys. It's raining outside pretty hard and I'm in my garage, but it's been 24 hours and it's completely cured. So I'm going to try it out this weekend and I'll get back to you on how it works. It's quite a thick patch that I made on there, so I'm pretty hopeful. Well guys, I'm out on a duck hunt and I just tried out my waders with the Aquaseal fix and it worked perfectly. I was in the water for probably 10 minutes and no water came in. So I guess it worked. Well guys, to conclude this video, I must say the Aquaseal's been working on my waders. I've worn my waders twice now since I applied the Aquaseal to that tear on the leg, and there's been absolutely no leaks. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm sure the Aquaseal will stand the duration of the life of the waders. I've heard great things, like I said. Now, I'm by no means an expert using Aquaseal, so please don't judge the application too hard, but I am pretty confident that how I put it on, it will stick. I applied it pretty thick, and I applied it underneath the tear as well. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please slap the like button and also subscribe. And in the comments below, let me know if you do something differently. I'm open to suggestions for next time because I'm sure the amount I use my waders, I'll definitely tear them again in the future. Anyway, guys, do that for me and take care. And see you later.